Jeffrey's part of the 90% of men who obsess over women. He has a massive crush on the girl that he sees every day, but he says nothing to her. He just idly sits around her while she talks to her friends about the other guys that she's been hooking up with. Aren't you gonna make a move, Jeffrey? Aren't you tired of being obsessed over her while she obsesses over a different guy? Adonis is part of the top 10% of men who women obsess over. Things are so different in this group of guys. They don't obsess over women. They obsess over their work, and women obsess over them. And Jeffrey obsesses over the women. How did Adonis get like this? I'm gonna tell you a pretty embarrassing, cringy, simpy story of something that happened in high school like 10 years ago. There was a girl that I had an absolutely massive crush on. Like, I'm talking obsessive kind of crush. Like, I'm thinking about her all the time. I'm going to bed, like cuddling my pillow, thinking about her. I had a massive crush on her, and my friend knew this. And my friend, like, he was a bit of a snake in this. Just one random day, we're like chilling out in the town center or something. He just looks at me and says, "Oh yeah, like I'm going out with her now." Like, he's dating her. That fucking hit, but like, you know, I wasn't making any moves. Okay, fine. So my friend ends up dating the girl that I had a crush on, and I become kind of like her fucking therapist. Like, the problems that they're having, like, you know, oh, he's fucked her off. Oh, he's not replying to her text. She's telling me this stuff, and I'm there like consoling her, giving her advice, just hoping to become the guy that she eventually goes to. I was the guy who was obsessing over a girl who was obsessing over a different guy. It's not a nice place to be in life. I know it's kind of like, you know, funny discussing, you know, this story that happened 10 years ago. Okay, fine. But when you are in this position and like there's a girl that you're just fully obsessed over and it's kind of clear that she doesn't like you back, it fucks you up. It really fucks up your mind, and you can't focus on other things. You can't focus on your work, on your studies, or on your fitness because you're always thinking about this girl. And the thought of her with like another guy just like makes you like sick and just shuts down like your emotional process. Like, you just don't want to be in this situation, but you can't stop feeling this way for this girl. It's like so hard to detach yourself away from her. And there's many people who won't actually tell you the truth. I'm just gonna fully tell you the truth. It's gonna be kind of cringe. I've put in so much time deliberately learning how to attract girls. Like, the majority of guys won't ever admit that or even pursue that journey themselves. I put in literally years of like research and implementation and practice and split testing on like how to figure out like actually how to become the kind of guy that women are obsessed with. And I've narrowed down years of being on this journey since age 18, 19. I'm 25 years old now. I've narrowed down all of those experiences to just 3 main things that you need to become the kind of guy that women are obsessed with. And the first way to make women obsess over you, I'm just going to be blunt because, you know, people can sugarcoat this and I can tell you all of this stuff that will make you feel good. The first way to make women obsess with you is to be attractive. Any guy, anyone out there who tells you like, you know, how to attract girls and stuff and doesn't push into your face the importance of literally just how you look is lying to you or trying to sell you something. You must know that the single greatest way to make women obsess over you, to make women like into you, to be the kind of guy that girls like take screenshots of your Instagram or your Tinder profile and send it to their friends like, "Oh my god, he's so hot." You've got to be attractive, and the best thing that you can do to become more attractive is to just start going to the gym, building muscle and reducing your body fat percentage. I teach you how to do that in a video that I've made, which is like the best workout and diet advice for attracting girls. I have a card pop up on screen right now. The second thing you can do to make women more obsessed with you is to become successful, make more money, and specifically elevate to a higher status. Now, this is something again that a lot of people try to sugarcoat, but women and even men, we are attracted to people who are of high status, and status just kind of means your position in the social hierarchy. So if you really ask yourself right now, truthfully, where are you in the social hierarchy? There's the alpha male, you know, the best guy, the most attractive guy, the guy with the most power, the most status, the most women, the most money. Maybe he's like the jock or like the really like intelligent, friendly, smart guy in your school or in your work. You want to level up in the social hierarchy, increase in your status, and the greatest way you can do that is through your work. If you want to become more masculine and you want to become the kind of guy that women obsess over, you should start to obsess over your work. And the way to do that, because right now this might sound good, but you might be thinking like, oh, but like I don't even like my work. You need to try and find some work that you are deeply passionate about, which is bigger than you. So there's such a phrase called self-transcending purpose, which means that it goes bigger than you. There's a reason why you're doing this work, and it's more important than just you yourself. You can see that with the work I'm doing here, this is bigger than me. I'm not doing, you know, these videos or anything for me. I'm doing them for the entire generation of men who are struggling. The results of this, like what deeply motivates me, is helping my family. When you have work that is bigger than you, that you dedicate yourself to because those in your tribe would benefit from your work, you start to relentlessly pursue that. You make more money, and that just makes women far more likely to be obsessed with you. Now, the thing is, women are still attracted to broke guys who are attractive, who are chads and stuff. But having money and being more successful just helps. And you might be thinking, wait, won't I just attract gold diggers? I think that's so overplayed in like, you know, the sort of online space. Like, bro, I would bet that you're not gonna meet a single gold digger for 10 years from now. Like, you're just not gonna meet them, bro. It's not as like common as you think it is. Maybe if you go move out to like Miami and you've got like a fancy car or something fire, but like you're not gonna meet a fucking gold digger who's into you because you're making like 3,000 a month, bro. Relax. And the third thing that would make women obsessed with you is your personality. And the kind of personality that women obsess over is the guy who's loving but also has this very boyish, teasing personality. Girls are very often obsessed with the guy who like kicks the back of their chair in class and like who kind of drives them insane in a certain way, because if you're driving her insane, that means she's thinking about you 24/7. But what I'm about to say is very important. Notice what number, what position I put personality in. Number 3. Your personality only really matters if you have the previous points, because if you have an awesome personality but you're not attractive at all, you're gonna be like the friend-zoned guy who women can't take serious and they're not like actually sexually into you. Being a guy who's so physically attractive and loving is like an extra topper that women are obsessed over. Being an ugly guy, like a beta male who's low down in the social hierarchy, and being loving is just kind of seen as like creepy and needy and weird. And so you can say that, oh, this is so shallow, I'm being judged on my appearance, but the thing is, like, we're judging girls on their appearance too. So still develop your personality, become more loving, learn better social skills, but remember to always keep improving your physical attractiveness and your successfulness. I'm gonna give you a controversial bonus habit that will make women obsessed with you. This is only for when you're older than 18, and you might want to make sure your parents aren't around when I say this. The fourth way to make women absolutely obsessed with you is to be fantastic in bed. It's to like totally ruthlessly fucking dominate women, the girl that you sleep with, and like fully fuck her in a way that she has not been fucked before, and that she will remember you, and she'll like walk out messaging her friends, oh my god, you will never guess what you know, who I just love you. Like, by the way, like the advice you see online, you know, the sex advice on like what to do to be good at sex, it's like not good. When you've gotten enough of your own sexual experiences and you go back and read and watch, you know, like the sort of sexual advice that you've seen online by all these YouTubers and all these like Reddit posts, you know, all the shit that you've learned online, like, yeah, like this is how to make her come, do this with your fingers and like do all this shit, bro. When you reread that, once you've had some sexual experience and you become good at sex, you realize how stupid that advice is. And pretty much all young men are following the exact same advice, like this fucking routine of like, yeah, you know, kiss her slowly, take her clothes off slowly, and like, you know, do this with your fingers, and like every guy's following the same advice, and they don't realize mostly what girls obsess over when it comes to sex, it's not just the guy who gets like fucking butt naked, butt up high in the air performing oral or some shit. It's the guy who just fucking like If you're interested in this, scroll down to the description of this video. There's a link which is captioned how to dominate in bed. Go click on that link right now. Maybe you've been watching this video with almost like a sense of nihilism and hopelessness, thinking like, well, I can never be like that. I can never be the guy that women obsess over. And the thing is, bro, if I believed that same thing, if I believed like, oh, you know, well, I could never be this guy, at age 16, 17, I would have just given up. It was hope that got me into the gym. It was hope that got me working hard on like a business, making money, becoming more successful. And now, like, I don't want to be like vulgar with you or anything. And you know, this is always like such a weird thing to talk about your success with women, because people think, oh, he's lying or he's boasting. But I have no problems whatsoever in like my dating and sex life anymore. And that's because I had like the belief to start with. How much progress can I make? Look at what I looked like when I was 15 to 16 years old. I was not very attractive. I wasn't in shape at all. I was just weirdly like goofy and I didn't know how to talk to girls. I was just like so weird and awkward around them. I wasn't being invited to like parties or anything. I didn't have like this opportunity to attract girls. And I was 17 years old. I remember getting Tinder and literally getting 0 matches. And I literally remembered, bro, eventually when I got 2 matches and I sent both of those girls the same message, like, hey, what you up to? That was my game. I would literally send messages to girls saying like, hey, what you up to? That was my fucking text game. I had 2 matches on Tinder, right? It took me like a week to get them. I sent the same message to both. And this one time I opened Tinder and both of them disappeared. Like both matches disappeared. Now I had been unmatched before. This was when I was a loser and I was like, no, there's no way that 2 girls just unmatched me. There's gotta be a bug with the platform. I sent an email ticket to the support team on Tinder telling them like, there's gotta be a bug with my account. Like the 2 girls just disappeared and I'm sure they wouldn't have unmatched me. What I did after that was that I almost deluded myself to think that I could be the top tier kind of guy who would have no problem with girls. And maybe that's what you should do right now, right here, right now. You should just somehow find a way to convince yourself that you will be that guy who eventually gets girls, just not yet, because it takes, you know, years to develop yourself, to build a really attractive body, to get better at social skills, to be able to take way better pictures and fucking TikTok videos. Don't use TikTok, but you get my point. It takes a while to develop from that. But if right here, right now, you just convince yourself with a little bit of delusion, like, yep, I will be one of those guys and I'll put the work in. And yeah, it's gonna take years, but fuck it, the time's gonna pass by anyway. And that was another thing that I actually experienced, being around 17, 18 years old, speaking to friends at the time, and you know, us talking about getting girls. And I remember one of my friends literally saying like, oh, but it's gonna take too long to like get into the gym. It didn't make any sense to me because I literally just thought, okay, well, the time is going by anyway. If the time's going by anyway, like, why does it matter if it's gonna take too long? No offense to that guy, but 9 years have have passed since that conversation. I've built a physique that gets me like a lot of matches on like Tinder and a lot of likes on Instagram when I used to have these apps. I've built like a sexy physique that literally makes women like lust after me, and a friend looks the exact same, if not even worse. His idea was like, oh, well, it's gonna take too long, but like the time went by anyway, and all that's left with is just the results of the discipline and like the delayed gratification. So I want you to do something right now. If you just close your eyes and imagine yourself in the future and you're making a good amount of money, so you've really been working on your self-improvement, your productivity, your focus, you started either a business or you got into like a better and better and better career, and you're making a very fucking good amount of money. Like you're getting like this almost unreal amount of money in your bank account just stacking. Like you literally see that big number in your bank account, and then you look into the mirror. So this is years in the future, but you look into the mirror and you have like a rock solid six-pack, defined shoulders and arms, and you've got this like teasing, boyish, loving personality that girls find irresistible, and you learn how to absolutely dominate in bed. With all of those things, aren't you obviously going to be the guy that women are obsessing over? Yeah. But everything that we just mentioned, making more money, becoming successful, building the body, the personality, being better in bed, these are all skills that you can level up. They're not fixed. These aren't based on your genetics. You can improve all of these. Imagine your dating life being switched around when you're no longer that guy who's obsessed on the girl who's obsessed with some other guy. You're that other guy. You're that guy that the girl is obsessed over, while some like little chump is obsessed over her. You're just relentlessly focused on your studies or your career or your business throughout the week. You're going to the gym with your friends and everything. And it just feels normal to get a text from a girl who actually really wants to see you. How do you make that into a reality? Well, you get onto self-improvement, and for the rest of your life, you stay humble and you realize that there's more improvements, more things that you can learn, more skills that you can level up, and you just keep constantly leveling up as many areas of your life as possible, because you have this hope, this belief that you can go and build that perfect 10 out of 10 physique that will get you so many more matches on Tinder, so much more attraction in real life when you're wearing like your muscle fit shirts that make you look good, that you can level up your social skills and become more charismatic and more pleasant to be around. You keep improving yourself, you keep working hard on your business, and then you have the belief, the hope that you can level up to the point that you're making so much more money than every other guy around you, and your status in the social hierarchy starts going up and up and up. There's some men, you know, those like sigma male grind set type of guys, like the cringe motherfuckers who say like, oh yeah, women are all trash and stuff. There's some guys who think that what we're discussing here is like a waste of time, and you know, it's so shallow thinking about like improving yourself to attract girls. This is not shallow. Improving yourself to attract love into your life is one of the most important things that you can do. Why? Because it leads to the most important thing that you will do, which is becoming a father. You see, everything that you do here as a young man in terms of building more success, going to the gym, improving your confidence and everything, like those things are awesome. They make you feel good. You feel like, you know, productive. You've got goals. That's awesome. But when you start to like zoom out and you see your life just on this like time scale, the single most important event will be the birth of your children. And you want to hope that you are the kind of father who can raise them in the right way with discipline, to raise your boy to be masculine, to raise your daughter to be feminine. Perhaps the most important part of all this is to choose the right woman to have children with. And so what if the right woman for you, who would have been the perfect mother for your children, who would have been the perfect wife for you, what if that woman is not going to be attracted to you and not enter your life just because you like refuse to go to the gym because, oh, it's not going to work? But she kind of likes it, you know, she's attracted to guys who are in shape. And imagine you're not one of them. That would have been the woman that you were supposed to have children with. Imagine you're not that guy for her anymore just because you refuse to go to the gym because it's like, oh, well, it's not going to do anything. Like all of the things we do here on self-improvement lead us to be more eligible to attract like the high quality partner that we want. You know, a lot of guys will say this is cringe, oh, you're doing things for women, but the thing is like, bro, wouldn't you love it if your future wife was doing these things for you? Wouldn't you love it if like she thought to herself like, oh, like I really want to be a good wife for my future husband, so I'm going to learn like how to cook and take care of the household right now. I'm going to read books on motherhood right now just because I want to be the best wife and like mother for my children. We would love that. And so she would love it if you were preparing yourself for the relationship you were about to have with her too. So stay on your self-improvement journey. Keep delaying gratification. Don't succumb to the pulls of instant gratification like Netflix and porn. Focus on improving yourself and getting to the point when you are the kind of man who will attract the kind of woman that you want. It might be the most important thing that you do with your life. Click on this video right now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.